don't know that there was any more huge drama until I would say the end of the road, as we started getting to the final 6 and then so on and so forth.
Yeah,
but
fantasy suites. What did you think about Maddie's ultimatum? Ultimatum. That's debatable.
Yeah, in quotes. I did not think it was an ultimatum, and this will go into my thoughts on the finale too, but I didn't think it was an ultimatum. I think that she could have been more honest with him from the get-go about how strong her values were and what her intentions were. However, I think any rational person would be upset going into fantasy suites and knowing that your significant other or the person that you hope to be with or get engaged to will most likely be intimate with 2 other women. I just think that that's a normal thought process to have. And I think this was a big point of contention for me in watching The Bachelor, and a reason why I kind of stayed away for the longest time, just because I think it compromises people's values and makes it okay that women have to be okay with, like, a guy in any other normal relationship. That would not be okay.
Right.
So why does she have to be vilified for saying, if you do this, then I don't know that I will be okay with that. That's a normal feeling to have. And Hannah Ann and Victoria should have also had that feeling too.
Yeah. I definitely agree with everything that you said. I felt a little bit confused at first because I was like, I mean, she does know what show she's going on, right? But at the same time, yes, you know that you're going on the show. You don't know that you're going to make it top 3.
Right.
Let alone you've only watched The Bachelor maybe, so you don't know, like, the real feelings that people have. Like, she probably thought, yeah, I'm going to go on this. If I fall in love with him, that would be great, but we'll just kind of see. And then as her feelings developed, she realized, like, oh, shoot, this guy could get on his knee in 1 to 2 weeks, and he's going to sleep with 2 other girls whenever I choose to, wait till marriage.
Exactly.
So, but on the other hand, like, I do also think that she kind of word vomited as she was telling him that plane hanger thing.
When they had that discussion, I don't think that she was fully honest.
Yeah.
Like, she should have come out at that point and said, look, before that, when they were in hometowns.
Yeah.
Because they went to hometowns before fantasy suites.
Yeah, and her mom even mentioned it then.
Yeah, so she should have been honest before. I completely agree with that. The people that are saying she's going on The Bachelor, like, she knows, I get it. And like I said, it takes, like, a special person to go on The Bachelor and deal with that. Like, you should know what you're signing up for. But to your point, there's no guarantee, like, you make it to the final 3, and no guarantee that you're going to have these intense feelings for somebody.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird situation. She should have been more honest, but also she was honest enough to where he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. And whenever she was talking to him, she was like, I don't want you to sleep with the other women. And he even, in, like, quote, I'm quoting him, he said, do you mean, like, stay the night? Like, or he said something like that. He was like, do you mean, like, sleep with them? Like, you don't want me to, like, spend the night with them? He even said that. And unless it was, off camera or they just didn't put that in, she was never like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, I don't want you to have sex.
Right.
She didn't say that. Like, she just she wasn't completely clear with what she wanted. And then it left it very confused. I think he knew what she was talking about. So I don't think he's dumb. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or that he needed it dumbed down or anything like that. But I do think that she was a little bit unclear.
She was. And I agree with that. And I think she should have been completely honest, because at that point, if you come out and say, I'm saving myself till marriage, and you know what, I didn't know that I would make it this far, but here we are, and I do have intense feelings for you. I understand that you have 2 other women, but that intimacy part is a huge deal, and I just don't understand. I don't understand the point of fantasy suites, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because, like, in seasons prior, I mean, I've watched it with different people.
Yeah.
And some of them, they just all go to the fantasy suites. They all make it obvious that they did all sleep together, sleep, whatever, individually. And it's no big deal. There's been some seasons where it has happened and it has bothered people after, and they broke up their engagement because of that. But I think she said what we were all thinking.
I did too. And I don't agree with this idea that it's okay to just sleep with whoever you want and there's no repercussions to that, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not even that I'm like a stickler or anything. I just feel like there is a respect that you have toward anybody that you're with. And it would be the same respect that I would want as somebody in that situation. I feel like all of those girls should want that. I get wanting to. Here's what I will say. I think Victoria F just wanted to sleep with him, and that their relationship was physical for the most part.
Yeah.
She caused a lot of drama. Like literally every time they went on a date or they were together, it was always a fight or something. I think the reason he kept her along was just because they had that physical chemistry, that attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand, like, from her perspective, like, she's looking to make that connection because some people need that physical connection to have, like, validation in their relationship.
Yeah.
But I just think it's unrealistic to then go into fantasy suites and just be like, yeah, he spent the night with her and I'm just supposed to be okay with that.
I think it made it 12 times worse that they had them stay in the same place during fantasy suites.
I didn't know if that was normal.
No, that has literally never happened before. And especially whenever Maddie had already made it like a big deal that she was already uncomfortable with that.
Yes.
For the producers to make that happen, like, really irritated me.
That was really weird. And I guess from somebody who had never watched before, I was just thinking, that's odd. And I feel like the producers were really just looking for some drama at that point because they knew that Hannah Ann and Maddie weren't really going to stir up some crap. And Victoria F was the only one that was a little bit more sassy.
Yeah.
But that did seem like poor form to have them stay in the same place.
Yeah. But
did you think it was an ultimatum?
I don't, because she was just being honest with him, and she said, she didn't say, if you sleep with them, I'm leaving, so, whatever. She just said, she was open and honest with him and said, if you make this decision, it's going to affect me in this way, and here's how that'll make me feel, and here's what I'll have to do. I get where people say that it's an ultimatum, but at the same time, maybe an ultimatum isn't so terrible. Right. If it's in, like, I still don't think it was like an ultimatum.
And I mean, the person that brought up ultimatum in the first place was Victoria F. And at that point, she had skin in the game in the fact that they had already done their fantasy suite.
Yeah.
And so she was mad that she thought Madison was trying to get in the way of that. Which I get, you're in the final 3, and it's getting crunch time to where he's going to make a decision.
Yeah.
But then again, if you are that worried about what Peter is going to do, don't sleep with him.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in that situation to where you sleep with him, and then he turns around and breaks your heart and sends you home, which is exactly what he did to Victoria F.
Yes.
So I just think it gives them too much power as the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Yeah. I feel like people will always, like, disagree, agree. I think that we should all just agree to disagree that it either is an ultimatum or it's not. Because I could see how people would say that it is.
Yes,
and I see
both
why
sides.
People don't. So, but that leads us into, you said Victoria F went home. That leaves us with our final 2.
Hannah Ann and Madison.
Yes.
Yep.
So what were your theories along the way?
So judging from the trailers, I was set in the fact that Hannah Ann was not it. I wasn't sold on Hannah Ann. Throughout the entire season, I thought she was just like a yes man. She just agreed with whatever he said. And he even brought up to her the fact that he couldn't, like, read her as well as some of the other women.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that she was ready for that. And I didn't know that she and Peter were the best connection. I think it was super obvious with him and Madison.
Yeah.
Completely clear that he liked Madison so much more. Yes. And I feel like he was more emotional around Madison. Like, he couldn't let her go. Like, all these conversations, he naturally gravitated toward Madison.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I watched the trailers and I knew that this whole ultimatum thing, and I kind of saw the writing on the wall with Madison leaving, I just did not see that Hannah Ann and Peter would make it. And if they did, then he would eventually leave her and go pursue Madison. So that was kind of my theory. I thought that Madison would be the one left standing. I didn't know that he would get engaged. I didn't think he would propose to her.
Yeah.
I really thought that he would have left and gone to pursue Madison after she went home. And whether or not they got engaged, I wasn't sure. But I thought it was Madison from the start.
I completely agree. I thought that it was Madison, like, hands down from the beginning. Or, I mean, for the longest time, I would have never thought ever that he would have proposed to Hannah Ann. That was like a complete blindsiding moment.
Yeah.
I thought Madison was going to leave because of, her situation.
Right.
She obviously had cut things off. I thought that he was not going to be able to deal with that. He was going to maybe string Hannah Ann along, but like eventually just say like, hey, my feelings are elsewhere. And then go after Madison. We were going to see them, come together, and then they were going to be dating for a couple months. By the time of after the final rose, he was going to propose to her, and that was going to be it.
In conclusion, guys, make sure to follow Chat to Review on Instagram to stay up to date with the latest news, chews, and reviews.
We are now on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, all the other good stuff. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share us with all your friends.
We will be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye.